Good morning. It's Thursday, the 9th of November, and I haven't done this in a while, but felt inspired to come on this morning just because, well, every time the 11:11 portal comes up, it's always a bit of a traumatic experience for me. I feel like for some reason, maybe because the energies are so intense, I'm not sure, but what I would normally perceive as spirituality quickly turns into my mental health disorder, and the problem is obviously I can't tell the difference, so it's only when things get really out of proportion that I understand that I'm probably not in my fittest mind frame. And as I mentioned previously, so my twin flame passed in June, and it's been excruciatingly hard and also extremely beautiful connecting with him in the non-physical. And as weird as that seems, but I perceive him every day. I interact with him every day. Sometimes I think it's through the telepathy of our hearts. Other times it's through songs of my genius player or on the radio. Other times it even seems through posts on social media. And I know, I've been in quite a few moments where I've doubted that this would be even possible, and that maybe I'm not really dealing with him, but I'm dealing with some algorithm or artificial intelligence that is redirecting posts to me based on what I like and what I comment, and we all know that that's what happens. But of course, at the same time, there are other synchronicities that take place, and that feels a lot like someone is observing me and then responding to what happens in my everyday life through the social media. So there is like a correspondence with things that are happening, or maybe something that I'll do that might upset him. Because really what I learned is that when you cross over, your personality stays. Obviously, you experience unconditional love, which is more than an emotion, and it's not what constitutes, true love between a man and a woman, whether it's a divine feminine and divine masculine, or just two people. It's more than that. It's obviously the fabric of the universe, unconditional love. And I think when you die and cross over, that's what you experience. You understand that we're all equal and that we're all equally unconditionally loved. It's just that in human form, it's so hard to experience that. or to even express that. We all want to feel that unconditional love from someone, and yet it's so hard even to express to someone else. I know I've not really experienced that in my relationships. Some have come close. Like I had, a very special relationship with my granddad, and I felt like he was able to give that to me, or a very close expression of that. Yeah, and then a few other occasions, but definitely not from my parents, not in my relationships, not even in my twin flame relationship when he was alive. It was a very difficult and conflicting relationship. I do get a lot of love and support from my current relationship, but again, I wouldn't say that was unconditional. It's definitely, well, it's human to put conditions and limitations. So there's nothing really strange about that. Our society is dictated by conditions. You need to go to school, get an education, go to university, get your degree, get married, have kids, contribute to a productive society, all of those things, while leaving out what about your true happiness? What about that? How can we I was having this conversation with my husband yesterday. How can you be work, even if you say you love your job, but still, like, most of the money you earn is already taxed, and then everything you buy, from the food to the drinks to the clothes, whatever it is, you keep paying in taxes. So really, if you add all of that up at the end, you will find that you're not paying 25-30% tax. You're actually paying a lot more than that. So basically, you're just enslaved into this society, working your ass off and really seeing very little come to fruition, very little abundance coming from that. So, of course, I understand why a lot of people want abundance and want money to gain that freedom. Luckily, I was luckily born into a family with, sufficient means, not like a rich family or anything, but just to have means, that I didn't need to buy my first home, that I would still have some money in the bank, even if it didn't come just merely from my salary. Anyways, that's not the topic here. But all of that is just to say that basically what I think the spirit world is desperately trying to teach us is to understand that even this world that we perceive as sometimes an enslavement planet is still part of a universe which has a fabric made of unconditional love. And many movies teach us that, right? So we're not separate from that. We're part of that. And I think if you have someone on the other side that is trying to teach you that's the greatest lesson that there is. To me, it gets tricky when I try to sometimes reconcile that unconditional love with a specific person as my twin flame, and then that brings up a lot of stuff for me, whether it's related to the personality that he was here on earth, or because I don't understand entirely the semantics of our relationship now. And like, I obviously don't want to upset him, but then I don't want to upset the person that I'm with now, because like, I always thought that one day I would have to make a choice, but that choice was never mine to make, and is no longer there. But I'm obviously feeling a little bit conflicted in the fact that I am experiencing these two beautiful, astonishing relationships that I'm grateful for. And eventually, it's all one anyway, right? Because we're all at one with each other. And again, wanting to perceive a person as, oh no, that's my soulmate, that's my twin flame, of course, that's again a human thing to do, a 3D thing to do, but yeah, in the end, it's like really we're all at one with each other. So I'm just, I just think that it's a tough lesson to learn, that of what love really is. I mean universal love, not romantic love, not human love. But if you do seek to understand it, I really think it can become that fullness, that joy, that happiness within that is so easily talked about, but obviously also misperceived, because a lot of us, attribute, even I do, I attribute that feeling to that specific person, when really it's a godly energy and it's always there. It's just flowing to us unconditionally, no matter what we do, no matter what mistakes we make, no matter who we choose in our relationships, what we choose as our jobs. It's just there. And one day, obviously, it will be clear to all of us. But, for now, we have to deal with our own limitness and try to make the most of it. So I just think if you find that channel, that portal to unconditional love, be it through a deceased loved one or meditation or being in nature, whatever it is that allows you to experience that free flow, then try not to label it, try not to put it in some box just so that you can understand it. We do have a tendency to want to understand things. I know I do, but eventually it is ununderstandable, and it's magnificent, and it's so beautiful. And we're so lucky to be human, to be alive, to be able to experience both worlds, because you can connect to that, but you can also drink your favorite hot chocolate and eat your favorite pizza and all the things that you can't do when you don't have a physical form. So it's just a win-win situation, I think. So anyway, thank you for listening. If you made it this far, I hope that was useful. It definitely was for me. Like, I know that when I feel inspired to record these videos, it's firstly and mostly for me because it helps me put my thoughts in order. So, but thank you for listening and see you next time.